Hello, hello, hello. This is a little different video from normal, but it's an interesting one nonetheless. I've just received a new guitar. It's a guitar that I have coveted for a long time. It's an older guitar, but it's less expensive than normal. It is just one that I think everyone should be made aware of because it's slightly overlooked. And it is, ta-da, the Godin Radiator. And it is a lovely, lovely instrument. It is made in Canada, and Godin are, as I say, an overlooked company which makes some very interesting instruments, and they're always willing to put their innovations into their product, which makes it very interesting to me. Now, let's talk about build quality. This is made of maple, the body, and it is chambered. If you listen carefully, you'll hear it. Underneath this beautiful perloid scratch plate here, it is chambered from here all the way around to here. It's solid here and solid at the bridge. This was because you could actually take the entire thing off, including all the tone knobs, all the pickups, and replace them with another one if you so wish, including different colours, different pickup selections, and different tone knobs and selectors and things like that. It's very well built. The bridge is a lovely strange one. It's got these weird eccentric saddles, and they are, I believe, designed to enhance sustain, and they do work. I've had a little fettle with them just to make them work my way, and but there wasn't much wrong with this guitar when I bought it. I say the perloid cover, it's a bit of a love-hate thing with some people, but I think it's rather nice. It's just got this beautiful 50s retro style look about it. Hot rod, that's what I'm looking at there, really. Also, just a nice touch that the Godin sign is actually metal, which is just cute, you know. Now, the next thing about the neck. The neck is a 4-bolt-on neck, which goes here and is ergonomically designed so that you can actually reach the cutaway. It's actually quite a thick neck, but it's nice. It's just, it works more like a telly, I find. I like my telly, hence this little beauty right here. As I say, it's very well built. It's maple and a rosewood fretboard. 24 frets, all fully accessible at every string, all the way across it. There's no buzz, there's nothing. The action is incredibly low, which I don't think you'll be able to catch on this camera, but you'll have to take my word for it. The headstock is very interesting because this bar across the bridge, across the saddle itself, they actually puts every string directly in line. So there's very limited tuning problems, which is very cool. Because the machine heads, then I will admit, I would probably swap these out for something like Grovers or something locking, because they're okay, but they're just something will go wrong eventually with a lot heavy use, and I intend to do a lot of recording with this guitar. Now, the elephant in the room, which is the electronics, which has put a lot of people off this guitar in the past. What we have here, we've got 2 single coils. They're very warm sounding, but particularly this one, you'd actually swear it was a kind of P90 type sound, particularly when you get to higher volumes. Maintains its warmth very well, but you'll notice there are no channel selectors at all, because what you do is there's 2 volumes and 1 tone, and essentially you do it like you do on a bass, particularly jazz basses, where you mute the pickups. So at the moment they're both muted. I'll do a sound test of this in about 2 minutes time. Don't you worry, there will be noise in this video. So if you have that up all the way, it's this pickup. If you have them both up all the way, it's both pickups. If you have that one down and this one all the way up, it's this pickup. But you've got an almost infinite amount of scope to blend the 2 pickups together. And you get some beautiful warm tones. You get some great jangly acoustic type tones, because it's a very resonant guitar when it's in tune. And it actually enhances the sound of the guitar itself. It's very, very nice. The tone as well is also very responsive, and you can roll that off, particularly on this pickup, and get some very jazzy tones as well off it. The next thing I'll say about it is it does take a little bit of working out where you are on the instrument and where you are in a solo, or if you want to switch between lead tones, so you don't end up with a dead note like you do. You can do that on Les Pauls and things. But that's a small price to pay for a lovely tone. The one thing I will say about this guitar is the cutaways on the back of it here, and on the cutaway underneath it here, are all perfect. They sit very well. It reminds me very much of the remember the Wolfgang guitars, the Van Halen type ones. Just has a nice sitting balance quality, but it's very, very light. The neck is light too, which means it's not neck heavy. So when you sit like that, it doesn't go anywhere. The one thing I will say about this instrument that you would have to be very aware of, when you play it through an amp, it hums quite a lot. So a compressor is probably necessary. What I'm going to be using for this one is a small Vox practice amp and a Boss Micro BR for the effects, because I have something just recorded in there, like a backing track that we can use over it. The reason I'm using that is because I've got some presets that I've made myself, clean channels, a bit of chorus effect in a clean channel. Also I have effects like overdriven sound, rhythm tones, and a lovely lead tone, which lends very well to this instrument. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking and we're just going to go through the sounds. So I'm going to pause this very briefly. Right, we're back. This isn't a clean tone, just clean as you like. Right, what we're going to be using first is we're going to use the neck pickup, or the bridge pickup first. So we just do the bridge pickup, tone all the way on. You'll hear a lovely twang. This one is now the neck pickup, so we roll that one off and roll this one on, tone all the way up. Very jazzy. You hear the buzz? Does clean up quite well, but this is with no effects, you see. And if we roll the tone off a little bit on this, you get a lovely jazz box type sound. Beautiful. And then we put the two of them together. This now acts as a one big pickup. It doesn't split anything. It doesn't actually take anything away from them. And they're both on full blast. Tone up all the way. So you got... Very nice. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the effect over and we're going to do a little bit of overdrive. Now we have some overdrive. You can actually hear a bit of a hiss there. This is the lead, not the input jack. There was a little problem with the input jack. I fixed it. I've just got a dodgy Fender lead and I apologise for that. This is an overdrive sound. Bit of reverb, tiny bit of delay, but just gives you an idea of what you can do with the different pickup effect. This is the neck pickup, all the tone on. Now, the neck pickup. Both pickups together. There's a bit of a step in volume, so. But the difference is when you mute them, you have... This is just the same pickup, muted. Haven't changed any of the drive. If I put the two of them on just a tiny bit with the drive, maybe a bit more to the neck than to the bridge. You can get your BB King on. So there you have it. This is the Godin Radiator. As I say, it's a guitar that I really enjoy playing. It is it's very special to me, as I say, because I nearly bought one of these when they first came out, and I missed out. But it's if I urge everyone to try one. If you don't like the looks, close your eyes, because you'll love the sound. You'll love the playability. You'll love everything about it. The build quality for such an inexpensive guitar. It is completely worthwhile, even down to the little pearl accents on the tone knobs, down to the fact that each of these saddles is individually made and they're unique, down to the fact that both these pickups have different values, down to the fact that the tone knobs are actually substantial to use, they're actually very enjoyable to use, down to the fact that the machine heads can be tightened, even though they're slightly cheap, and I would change them. Even on the stock version, the machine heads can be tightened, and they are very good at keeping tune. I've been making this video now for 20 minutes, and I've been thrashing around on it in between takes, and it's actually keeping the tuning very well. The other thing is the playability all the way across the neck. Very good. There is no buzz, there is no fret noises when you move up and down, because they are very well made, very well finished. And the last thing I'll say is, this guitar is called MEDUSA. All of my guitars here have names. These are only some of them, but this one is affectionately called MEDUSA. And I hope to be making a lot more videos with it soon. The next thing I'm going to do is whittle for about 5 minutes over a lovely backing track that I found, just to annoy you and just for my own fun. So here we go. Godin Radiator. If you see one for sale, they won't be expensive, but they will be completely worth buying. Thank you very much, Mark, for selling me your guitar. MEDUSA has gone to a very, very, very good home. It'll give me a lot of satisfaction over the years. And look at that finish. Thanks for watching. Bye, 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 bye.